Salute, salute, salute. Welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I'm your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of recording, also known as the voice of the streets. How y'all doing out there this morning? Happy Friday. It is a Friday morning. And my energy is different this morning. I woke up live in Union Square this morning in 86. Word to mother. I was knocking that joint, that BDP in the club. Shout out to the BRUNCH. Shout out to Chaos One. Rest in peace to DJ Scott LeBrock. 86 was a hell of a year. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I was knocking that. I was in the lab. You know what I'm saying? I was putting some touches on the life and times of Fruitquan Bailey. You know what I'm saying? AKA Big Fruit, the autobiography. You know what I'm saying? I'm up every morning putting work in because this is not going to be a short book. This is not going to be a 200 page book. I'm going in. I'm giving you my whole life story. You know what I'm saying? I'm back and forth with it. I'm all over the place. But when it all come together and I consolidate everything, it's going to be a hell of a story, man. Like I said, 86 was a hell of a year, man. Me and Doggy Diamond, shout out to Doggy Diamond. Me and Doggy Diamond was talking and I was telling him, we was talking about that Midtown shit, right? So 86 was definitely the year. Was definitely the year of Midtown. 86 was definitely the year of Midtown. I could remember, rest in peace, Ron K. Big Ron K. I could remember, man, 86 summer. Him and Nate Cash, rest in peace, Nate Cash, aka Big N.A. I could remember 86 summer how them two I don't know where they came from, bro, because I'm a shorty. And like I explained to Doggy Diamonds, we only had 7 buildings in LG, 4 corners, but we somehow created a front, a middle, and a back. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. And I was a front nigga, you know what I'm saying? 325, 345. You know what I'm saying? PS270 Park all day, every day, shooting hoop, you know what I'm saying? Playing softball, handball, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Jones sisters, Swell sisters in 345. They used to represent the blacks on the handball court, straight jacket. The Puerto Ricans used to come from Classen Avenue across the street from Pratt. They used to come to the park and run through shit, run through shit. But Swell sisters, the Jones sisters, they was holding it down. They was holding it down to the point that the OG Swells came home from prison. And that nigga was in the handball court. Word. I didn't realize Swell played handball till we was in prison in 95, 96 Green Haven. Swell was playing handball. This nigga's a gangster in the prison system, but at the same time, he was in that little library trying to get the fuck out of there. But he was an OG gangster in the prison system, and this nigga Swells used to be on the handball court getting busy. And I used to be like, oh shit, Swell used to play handball in the fucking street. Word. Shout out to the Jones family. Word to mother. Rest in peace, Mama Jones. But yeah, I was a front nigga, so we really didn't go to the back. And I remember the early days of creeping to the back. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I crept to the back one day in this 86 summer, and Ron K and N.A. was back there. And when I say back there, they were back there. That was they shit. Like they was regulating the projects. You know what I'm saying? And I was amazed at their presence, man. Especially Ron K. Oh my God. This dude, he was like the superhero of thugs to me, man. I ain't met a nigga tougher than Ron K to this day, son. You know what I'm saying? His toughness and his thuggery led to his untimely demise. That's just how it goes. Dead or prison, graveyard or prison cell. That's usually how it goes. That's usually how it ends for a thug, a real thug. And Ron K was a real motherfucking thug. And the funny shit about Ron K, man, Brooklyn need to know. Y'all know Ron K wasn't from Brooklyn. Yeah, man, I came down here in North Carolina, man, come find out Ron K was from down south. That's why he talked with that funny twang, and everybody used to try to talk like Ron K. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing he talked like that because he was from the south. But anyway, Ron K was the OG, and they was back there, him and Nate, and they had Nut under the wing. Now, Nut is my peer, but at the same time, Nut, these niggas do, man, and this nigga Nut going to Midtown with these niggas coming back with $300 and $400 fila suits, Gucci sneakers. I'm like, oh shit, Midtown. That's what it is. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I came out the house on some Midtown shit, and I went straight to nut. Like, yo, what it is? What's up? I got you. Say less. So I started creeping with nut, digging pockets and shit, getting my little bust downs. I was scared to touch something for a minute, and he knew that, and he was cool with that, because if you don't touch nothing, you gonna get what a nigga give you. So nut was cool with that. But I'll never forget the first pocket I really touched. It was me, Nut, and Big NA. Word. And when I spanked it, Nut was on some, yo, that's you type shit. Nate was like, shorty, that's you. I'm like, oh shit, this is what it is. And I had to do it, bro. I had to do it because that day, 86 summer, man, that nigga Nut pulled up in LG. What, Nut was about 13? Because Nut older than me, 86, I'm 12, Nut 13, Nut may be 14. He might be 14, 86 something. Nut pulled up, son, with the velour fila suit, with the helmet on, and the XL dirt bike, the 125. That was it, son. I always told y'all Nut was before his time. Rest in peace, Big Tito. Rest in peace, Ivory Davis. He was a funny motherfucker, son. His swag was always on tilt. I just told you, the nigga was 14 years old with the velour fila suit on, high top Gucci's, the bike helmet, and the XL 125 dirt bike. 86 summer, 14 years old. I was sold on Midtown, son. I was sold on it. I took my first money with Nut. I ain't take my first piece of money in the front with niggas from the front. You know what I'm saying? Because I always told you, Big Un was in the front. Rest in peace, Mr. Rose. Big Un was in the front. He had Wise, rest in peace, Wise. He had Rye and Irv, which is Butter Two Brothers. Kevin Ellis, rest in peace. Black Lee, off of Class and Ave. Big Un had them all. But I ain't touched no money with them niggas. I touched my first piece of money in the back with Nut. Rest in peace to Tito, son. And rest in peace to Nate Cash, because he was definitely the OG on the scene. If I would have got grabbed or snatched up by a superhero, Nate would have had to put that work in. But it didn't go down like that. Word. 86, man. And I can remember, man, LG niggas mobbed up, Notion Avenue niggas mobbed up. Yo, we going to Latin Quarters. We shorties in the background. Me, Butter, Peter Rad, we shorties. Nut is shorty too. Nut is our peer, but Nut is in the mix. Nut is in the mix. Man, fuck that. We in the mix too. And they wasn't on no, yo, shorty, get the fuck out of here shit. They recognized we was Nut peers. Niggas in the projects knew who the fuck we was. And they just let niggas tag along. And it was over. You know what that shit was like, son? 86, being a shorty, going up in Latin Quarters, knowing you ain't getting in, but you there. And the OG's like, yo, they with us, you shorty with me. Yo, Ron K and Nate presence was crazy in 86 in the club, son. I don't think dudes talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk about these niggas now in the new millennium, their presence in the clubs and the bottles and all that shit. Nah. In 86, it wasn't none of that. 86, you had to be a live wire to be in there. And if you up in there flossing, jury and all that shit, nah. Niggas is bending you up in the club, taking your shit. Y'all heard Slick Rick, or what's that joint? The Moment I Fear. He was in the club, and there was a whole bunch of Brooklyn niggas staring all down his throat. Yeah, Latin Quarters. Oh, listen, man. You couldn't just go up in the spot, pop bottles and floss. Nah. You had to get busy. You had to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? And Brooklyn niggas was on it. Brooklyn niggas was shooters back then. Brooklyn niggas was sticker kids. Brooklyn niggas taking money. KRS-One said it. Brooklyn keeps on taking it. He ain't just say that. That shit meant something. That's because that's what it was in 86, right? And being a shorty, yo, son, that shit was a movie for 12-year-old kids, yo. 13-year-old kid. That shit was a movie. Y'all young boys today don't know what that shit is like, son. Y'all don't know what that shit is like. The club today couldn't compare to the club in 86, son. Do not, let me tell you something, son. It was crazy. Crazy. KRS-One on stage live. Doing what he do. South Bronx, Bridges Over. Like, that shit was live. I got the recording right here. I was playing it this morning. You think it's a game? I will play that shit right now. Don't play with me. I will play that shit right now, son. It was real. It was real, son. And I can remember them days, kid. I can remember them days. And as I'm sitting here this morning, penning The Life and Times of Fruitquan Bailey, aka Big Fruit, the autobiography. As I'm penning this shit, man, and I'm in 86, son, it's bringing so many flashbacks. Oh, man. Yo, Ron K had his own dance in Latin Quarters in the Union Square, my nigga. Now, I know me in the 80s, and you probably thinking Kid and Play, Happy Feet or some stupid shit. Hell no. Ron K. I got the wrong ones. I got the crumb cake. I wanted chocolate. Baby, I wanted chocolate. My wife gave me the wrong donuts. I got the classic crumble joints. I want some chocolate. But anyway, no Happy Feet, clapping and all that stupid shit in the clubs. Ron K had the dead arm. Ron K had the dead arm, son. Niggas used to walk through the crowd like this. Yo, do the Ron K. Do the Ron K. And that usually led to it. Yo, listen, son. When the crowd starts screaming, do the Ron K, the Brooklyn section start that bullshit. Do the Ron K. That usually means they done seen something. Yo, we gonna get this nigga. All right, bro. Niggas roll out with that do the Ron K shit. And it usually leads to that nigga get knocked out and stripped of his jewels, son. If Ron K himself wasn't doing it, somebody in the clique who decided he was going to do it, that's the cue for Ron K to be on point. He going to put some work in it. Ron K need to hold a nigga down. Listen, son, I could go on for days about this shit, sir. I was there. It was a movie. It was a movie, son. I'm telling you, it was a movie. These niggas is legendary in Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy, Lafayette Gardens, Midtown Manhattan, downtown, Aubrey Square Mall. These dudes was legendary 86. And Chaos One didn't say Brooklyn keeps on taking it just to say it because it was a slick punchline or a slick bar. He said it because it meant something, son. Old Brooklyn. And I'm old Brooklyn. And me and Doggy Diamonds brung up old Brooklyn the other day. We got a little flat. Motherfuckers a little disappointed how we had to speak about those women of the 80s. No disrespect. It is what it is. You gotta accept it. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. No disrespect. But me and Doggy caught a little flack. Yo, nah, son. Y'all had to be there. Y'all had to be there. Y'all had to be there, know these women up close and personal. Like I said, I could go on for days about the treacherous shit they used to do. To the point where you can't just laugh and joke about it because they females. The treacherous shit they do can lead to people losing their lives. And it did lead to people losing their lives, people losing their money, people losing their possessions because of the foul shit they used to do. It's real, son. They was on the block just like us. In fact, I'm supposed to do the story. 2 garment stories. I know y'all love to hear the garment stories from C74 and all that shit, right? But I was going to do two garment stories with my boy Saquon, aka Shot Diablo from Fort Greene. Y'all know who he be. Shout out to St. Laz and Saquon. They do what they do. I was going to do an episode with Saquon because y'all love that 4 billion shit with the garments and all that shit. I was going to let Saquon give his spill. But more importantly, Saquon was a G when it came to the garments. I was going to let him give you his spill from day one in the street, right? And I'm saying this because Saquon can testify that he was one of the shorties that those women, those females, brung out the house. They brung him out the house. They carry these bags, shorty. Take this, do that, brung him out the house. So y'all be thinking, yo, y'all. Listen, these women were about that life. For real, for real. Some just had good spirits. Some just had good motives. Some had good intentions. And some didn't. Some didn't, bro. Some just was greasy. Some was grimy. And some ain't have no morals or principles. It is what it is. It's the same thing with these niggas in the street. You just got some niggas that's just greasy, grimy, man. They'll try anybody. Know what I'm saying? Like my so-called stepbrother, greasy, grimy. He'll try anybody. Nigga took my money from my car. Fuck me and my wife and just living his life like it's nothing. Greasy, grimy niggas, man. You got them in this world. And some of them are women. But you got to be in that life. You got to be outside. And in the 80s, we were outside, bro. Outside today is not outside from the 80s, man. I keep telling y'all that. It was a hell of a difference. But anyway, like I said, me and Doggy Diamonds caught a little slap. But I'm here for it, man. I told you my name is Francis MH, the most hated. Or you could call me the MC, the most controversial. But I'm going to always give you my truth. Straight jacket. Listen, man. I told you these inside looks of the life and times of Fruitquan Bailey, aka Big Fruit, the autobiography. These inside look episodes are what they are, son. Y'all need to tap in. Y'all need to run these up, because when the book is consolidated and it's put together, you want to be able to say, I witnessed him write that. You want to be able to flow when you read the book, because you heard these stories, you watched these videos. Because I'm telling you, when I drop this one, it's going to be a lot of untold truths. A lot of untold truths in that book, son. I'm going in, son. Like I said, I'm not leaving no rock unturned. I'm getting to it. You understand what I'm saying? That's my cue. It's time to go. Listen, man, I enjoyed hanging out with y'all this morning. I do what I does. It is Friday. Happy Friday. Y'all get to it. Y'all do what y'all do out there, and y'all gear up to have a safe weekend. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Salute.